It's Ron Jackson, and it's Keeping Tabs with Ron Jackson live. And we have our special guest today, Lyman Lipke. Did I say that correctly?
You got it perfect. Thank you so much
Wow!
for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, great to see you, man.
Good
How
to
you doing
see
today?
too. I'm doing great. I am having a good time.
Good, good. That's what we all want to do. You know, we're walking around, so we better. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have you on my show. I know Lyman from mainly from Instagram. I've never had you on. I don't really know you on YouTube, where my podcast is being broadcast right now, and other channels like TikTok. I've seen you on TikTok actually too. And I don't know about Facebook, but how's it been going, man? What you been up to? And we want to talk about you today and what you've been up to with your guitar life. And what I like a lot, Reddy, is I see you have a 7-string guitar.
Tuned
Yeah.
to A, like the great George Van Epps.
Oh yeah, cool. Great. Yeah, so Lyman, so how do you, I was wondering, I've known, you're pretty popular on Instagram and all those places. I was trying to figure out, how you acquired your big fan base already like this.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting story. I've had I sort of just lucked into this thing. Like, I got lucky with a few good videos. Well, I don't know about good, but a few videos that captured the attention of a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
First one was playing the guitar riff from One Call Away by Chingy. Old, well, not really that old, but song from like 2003, a rap song. And that was my first sort of...
So what happened? You created a video that became viral, you mean?
Yeah, it went a little viral. Got around 350,000 views. Oh
yeah, and did you have like a... So I know you do a lot of videos where you do these dynamic camera angles, and did you do something like that? Did you have like an instructor video with that, or it's just like you playing?
No, it was just me playing and talking about how, old I was that I remembered a song from 2003.
Oh!
'Cause- I mean, this was in 2021, so everybody thought that TikTok was a children's app at that point, but everybody's gotten,
2021?
2021.
Oh, that's only 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
I was thinking, because I'm thinking right now. Back then, time was like at a standstill for a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So I just started posting TikTok videos in the tail end of the pandemic.
Interesting.
With very, very low tech, like just my phone camera, my phone camera microphone, and I didn't even know that you're supposed to clean off the lens before you start filming. Like, once I figured that out, like the quality of my videos went way up.
Yeah, I mean, you don't use just so you know. I mean, I basically film just my phone still. I really don't use anything. All I did recently is I used this IK Multimedia iRig Stream to put my. But you helped me. I got advice from the master himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've upgraded. I've got a little cable that I can plug into my phone.
Oh yeah, but I got the iRig Pro iRig Stream. One of my students, like a virtuoso 16-year-old, parents said you should get this, and it works, sounds great. Like I plug into my iPhone, and then the studio quality a line comes out of my guitar amp, and it sounds just like my amp, and and when I realized, being a creator, for people who want to get into this stuff, you have to have good quality sound and good quality video. Mm-hmm. And Instagram wants you to do that kind of stuff. They want you to have that quality, because when your sound comes out loud over a phone, people automatically listen. Which was, I never thought about that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so great. Yeah, so that's how you got it. So that you became a viral YouTube, I mean, excuse me, Instagram and TikTok sensation.
We could call it that. That was my first like taste of virality,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Uh-huh.
had a couple other like reasonably viral hits, and thankfully some of them were musical instruction
Oh yeah.
related, which is what that's mainly
So
what I
you're
do.
so I want to ask you a question. So you started playing. What made you start playing guitar? What age were you when you started playing? Actually.
I started playing the guitar when I was 11
Oh, like me.
because
Me too. Yeah.
my father, told me that I had to do orchestra in fifth grade, like I had to play an instrument. And being the natural contrarian that I was, I chose the viola. Uh, so I started on
Huh.
viola, but my dad was a guitar player, so there were always guitars around the house.
Oh wow. What kind of music did he play?
He played reggae and soca.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So
Really?
I grew up on reggae and soca and all sorts of. My dad's got
So I mean, was he
weird
from? He
music
wasn't from the
tastes.
Caribbean, was he?
No,
Oh.
no, he's from Anacortes, Washington.
Yeah. So the question is, why reggae and soca? Because you know what? I go to Jamaica sometimes in those places, and I play soca music and reggae music too. So I'm just wondering why was he playing reggae and soca of all people? He had
I couldn't
gigs. Did he
tell
have
you.
gigs? Did he have
Yeah,
gigs doing
yeah,
it?
he was playing. I have some great gig stories from my father.
Wow, that's interesting.
I'll tell
So
one.
he was a professional musician, or what was he?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, interesting.
So
Wow.
after I played, the viola and decided I liked it, I tried to get my hands on every single instrument that I could. There were
Oh
guitars
wow.
around. I started playing guitars.
Oh
And then
cool, man.
when I got
You
into
know.
high school, I auditioned for the high school jazz band on guitar, and I didn't get in. But
You
two
didn't get
months
in?
into no, I didn't get in.
Oh wow.
Um,
Why
two
not?
months because I didn't know how to play any jazz chords. I was playing all the big
So what
old.
happened after that? What did you do? If you couldn't get in?
2 months went by, and the jazz band didn't have a bass player, and I thought to myself, I bet I can figure that out. And I started playing upright bass.
Oh cool.
And that's actually what I came up as. Like I'm a bass player by trade.
Oh wow.
I've just
Cool.
tricked the internet into thinking I'm a guitar player, which is what I always wanted.
Oh cool. People are watching right now, so I'm gonna ask them. Please ask any questions. I'm gonna put a comment right now that you have for us. And everybody. So I'm going to put that as a comment on YouTube here. So this is primarily a YouTube podcast, everybody, and so you can ask Lyman any questions you'd like. This is all about Lyman today, and Lyman. Actually, people are saying, "Man, what's going on, man? We want to hear Lyman play." So
Uh-oh.
would you like to play us for something for us? Like an extended 2-hour piece.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll play a couple of choruses of something.
Okay, sure. What are you going to play for us?
Let's do Satin Doll.
Sure.
Great tune. Yeah, I'm ready to go
So
whenever.
what I'll do is I'll come off this camera so you can be by yourself. Check it out.
Satin Doll.
Yay, man! Have me a drink, man. Oh. Man, I gotta have a beer after watch. Oh man, that was so good, man. Give Lyman a big hand. Look, we have some people
Thank you.
Look at the people. I want to show you the comments, man. So nice.
Appreciate you.
And nice playing by J Fly. You know, I've seen the J Fly before, but thank you, J Fly. You have some fans already here on YouTube.
Right on. Well,
yeah, that was a nice arrangement, man. Seven string, you know, man. I always find that guitar to be like sometimes I pick it up, I'll go, what am I doing? What am I? So I want to ask you a question. So when did you start formally studying guitar, and then when did you start playing jazz actually?
My formal study of guitar, it's a little bit of a weird journey. Once I joined my high school jazz band and figured, out how to, fake bass and then eventually actually play the bass, I used a lot of that knowledge and applied it to the guitar. So I was really studying both instruments in tandem. And one fortunate part about being a bass player is everybody always needs a bass player. So,
you mean you mostly play bass for gigs? You mean?
Yeah, these days still even.
Oh yeah, so bass your first instrument really?
Yeah, bass. I don't think of it so much as my primary instrument anymore because I put all of my practice in on the guitar these days.
Six and seven string, or mainly seven string, or?
I was doing a lot of seven string for a while, but I've been playing mostly six string these days because I've been making a lot of pickups, and I don't have a lot of seven string bobbins.
So why are you making? So you have your own pickup company or something, or I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, as of this moment, I don't have a company, but I hope to sell some pickups at some point in the future. I've actually got a few up for sale right now, and I'll post a story on Instagram If you
Interesting. So I mean, what are you? You're into electronics and stuff like that. I know. I gather. And
I'm
building
just
guitars and doing.
into the pursuit of what makes a guitar have its sound. Like
Interesting.
this pickup
Yeah, I want to
is
ask you a question. What are you going through right now for the podcast?
I'm
What
going
do you,
through a Vailton GP200 amp modeling
and is it going
pedal.
through into what? Is it going to the internet or going? How are you
It's
streaming? How are you streaming?
just XLR out into a mixer, same mixer that my microphone's going into, and then the out of the mixer is going into my interface.
And
Audio
it's going.
routing is a nightmare.
And it's going into what? A computer? Your computer?
Yeah, yeah, it's going
Oh,
into
cool.
my PC.
I'm just using my microphone on my MacBook right now, and my
I mean, it sounds great.
and my Logitech camera. That's all I'm doing. Because you know what? Sometimes simpler is easier. Because like otherwise it would sound like sometimes I'll be doing all this stuff. Look at this. We have Dawson Walter, excuse me, and Dawson says hello from Toronto. He has 10 years of guitar experience, 3 years of drums, and 2 years of bass. Man, I love your resume, man. Great to hear you, Dawson. You know, and please, everybody, do me a favor, who's ever watching. Please, Lyman, tell everybody your website, your social media, like, so you can get even more fans.
Yeah, you can find me at lymanlipke.com. That's my website, and everything else. I think I link everything else to there. But I'm Lyman Lipke Musician on Instagram and just Lyman Lipke on TikTok.
I want to write that out. I don't know how you spell it. Oh, yeah, I see it right there. It's a hard name. I'm like, it's not. It
Tricky
could be
name.
Li, or it could be Lion Lipke. Let me see. LymanLipke.com. I'm putting it in the chat so people can find you. Lyman Lipke. I think that's right. Do you see it? I just put it on the chat. I put it on the StreamYard chat. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
So that's your website. Cool. Oh, great. Before we keep going, everybody, I have a little public service announcement for you guys. And I want to tell you before we keep going. So let me show this to you right now real quick. Here we go. Thanks for watching my podcast, Keeping Tabs with Ron Jackson. Please follow me everywhere at Ron Jackson Music. Also, check out my website called www.ronjacksonmusic.com, and you can get cool merch like this. Take lessons with me. You're going to find the best cool things on the internet for jazz, guitar, 6 and 7 string. So I appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you in the next show. Yeah. Haha. Man, who's that guy, man? Looks like me. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I want to ask you a question. So, where's your next appearances and stuff, so people know to find you at gigs and stuff like that, and and if they want to study with you, or what can they learn from you, etc.
Yeah, my next gig is actually this Friday in Scottsdale, Arizona, at a place called Wasted Grain. And I'll be playing not jazz and not guitar. I'll be playing bass for a pop punk early 2000s, late 90s cover band. We'll be playing things like Blink 182, Green Day,
Cool.
Third Eye Blind, Sublime, that kind of stuff. And
So people can find you like on Bands in Town or one of those sites where you can go, to subscribe to you to see where your shows are.
I tried to post everything to my stories on Instagram, so that's
cool.
the place to find out where I'm playing.
Cool.
Try to keep everything centralized as possible, not have the online
I have
folks go to.
I try to have everything everywhere so they can so different kinds of people can find me. And it's a good idea to have Bands in Town because people can actually track you. If they come to like let's say I'm on tour. And someone lives in Oregon. That's how I use Bands in Town because it gets notified once I say I'm playing in Portland or whatever. You know what I mean, or wherever. And so you were telling me that do you play jazz out a lot? is there a lot of places to play in your area for jazz?
I'll play jazz every now and again. There are some great clubs in Phoenix. Couple.
What's the names of those places? I forget.
The Nash is a great
Oh
club.
yeah, I know Lewis Nash. The drummer.
Yeah, yeah.
He's great, man.
And
Really
the
is.
Ravenscroft is a relatively new place, but great sound system. They've got a YouTube channel where they
Ravenscroft, yeah, because I'm going to be coming. I told Lyman that I'm going to be coming out next year to this town. I forget the name of the town again. To a town in is it New Mexico? I think or
Green Valley,
Green
Arizona.
Valley, Arizona. Oh yeah, thank you. And maybe we'll do something together. Do a jazz gig together.
Yeah, I would love
And
that.
let me see. Dawson has some comments. Says, Confidence Media. Oh, he's talking about him, his company now. Do you know anyone who has tinnitus, and how did you manage it? I've had tinnitus for years, ringing in your ears. Now, just so you know, that's a good question. Do you have tinnitus?
Yes, I've had it since I was like 7.
Really? Your
And-
dad used to scream at you for practicing too much. No.
It is
How
my
did you
dad's fault.
What happened?
His band that was playing like in the early 90s, same time as in the Seattle area, same time as Nirvana and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam were coming up. My dad's reggae and soca band was the loudest band in Seattle compared to like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden.
Really?
Yeah.
So your dad must have been deaf.
He's basically deaf at this point. But when I was a small child, like 1, 2 years old, when he would play festivals, he would tie me up on a leash to the mains, and they were loud.
Tie you up on a leash?
Yeah, so I couldn't run away.
Oh my God! What kind of dad do you have, man? Yeah. Now you became brainwashed to become a musician, even on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tinnitus is very common. When I was talking to my doctor about that, he says he has tinnitus because he puts a stethoscope in his ear, and that can give you tinnitus. It's just like, so he started hearing ringing in his ears himself. Which was an interesting thing. So tinnitus, there's no cure for it. So the only thing you could do is just like it comes. It could be louder sometimes. It could be softer. He was telling me. So you just gotta learn how to control it, and hopefully, I don't even think about it. It's just a part of my being now.
Yeah, I just have sound going constantly. Like I sleep with an earphone in, so I have something to listen to, and I don't even think about it anymore. Like
You mean an earplug or earphone?
earphone, like I'm listening
Oh.
to like
Oh wow, interesting,
YouTube
man.
video.
So Dawson says I have minor tinnitus in my right ear. Worked at the Hard Rock Cafe for 8 months. Loud retail music. So I like Dawson, man. Thank Dawson. I appreciate you watching. Definitely subscribe to me and follow me and Lyman everywhere. And let's continue now, Lyman, because people have been waiting to hear from you, especially Dawson, J-Fly, and Biker Chick 650. So what would you like to play this time?
I will play one of my favorite ballads, a tune called "Moonlight in Vermont."
And is this Johnny Smith's arrangement or something?
It's my own arrangement.
Yeah. I'll tell you a quick
But
story.
I probably pull from all the greats.
I met John. I got to meet Johnny Smith, and stuff. He was actually a judge in like a guitar contest I was in that I won, like in Nashville, like maybe before you were born. No, around the time you were born. Anyway, in like 1999 or 97 or something.
Oh, I was becoming conscious around then.
Yeah, I remember, or one of those. So, yeah, he was a cool guy, man. Really laid back, but he was an amazing monster on the guitar, man. That guy. So, yeah, let's listen to Lyman and Moonlight in Vermont. I'm gonna let you take the stage. Here we go.
favorite thing's a karate chop harmonic. If I can get it.
Wow, I wanted to hear more and more, 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 more. Wow, that was nice, man.
Thank you so much.
And so how long you been playing 7-string guitar now? The whole time, or did you start recently?
I started playing 7-string in the I think 2022 is when I got
Oh, so it's just like a couple of years ago.
yeah, that's when I got this guitar, which has been nothing but a problem for me.
Oh, so it's one of those guitars you have to fix all the time. You told me, no? Or something?
Yes.
Interesting.
So it came with 9s on it, and I like, really heavy strings.
So what are heavy strings for you?
15s, 16s.
Oh, you use 15 on the first string?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought I played heavy strings, 14s.
Yeah.
So you got like, man, you must take a lot of testosterone and Viagra and all that other stuff.
I think it's just from playing the bass.
Oh, interesting. There's a comment here. Check this out. Wago Howard Hanna. Do you know him?
Hanaho?
Hanaho, sorry.
I don't know.
He's like, what's cracking? He's been following me for a week. I don't know who he's following, but he says aloha.
I think it's you.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. And he says, aloha to you and your guests. Okay, because you know why?
Aloha nui
Because aren't you part Hawaiian, or did you ever?
Yes. I'm a quarter Hawaiian.
You are Hawaiian.
Yes. My mother's half Hawaiian, half Filipino.
And your dad was what, you said?
German and Scandinavian.
Oh, cool. Interesting mix. I love the name, though. Lyman is a what kind of name? I was trying to figure
That's
out.
an old English name, and
okay.
That's
you got like a really unique name and names and look and everything, man.
That's like something in Hawaiian culture. Like your first name is like probably something of
this guy's Wago says 15. Wow. My finger hurts already, man. Just looking at the guitar. But that's amazing. Yeah, so you really have a cool background, man, and people are really enjoying this. I noticed. So someone says mahalo. What does that mean?
It means thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
The only Hawaiian I know is stuff that I got yelled at as a child, like ole.
Shut up.
Ole hiki oya, or panikapuka, which means
That's your mom yelling at you, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
That means
your dad would just say, "Shut up."
he'd speak Hawaiian at me too. Same thing.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Interesting, man. Yeah. So I really appreciate you coming on my show. I've been wanting to get you on my show for a long time. I'm trying to make sure I get it to everybody that I know, which is about 10,000 people. So no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so let everybody know where to find you and for your upcoming events and your websites and you know and so they can rewatch this whole live stream again and learn more about you, Lyman. And
Yeah.
really enjoyed having you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You can find me at lymanlipke.com. That's my website, and you can learn about my philosophy on teaching and find all my rates and stuff like that there. Lyman Lipke Musician on Instagram, Lyman Lipke on TikTok and YouTube, actually. And I've got a podcast called the Lyman Lipke Guitar Cast, which is just me by myself ranting at the camera for an hour.
Oh, you don't have any guests or any pests? I call them.
I'm trying to get some guests, so if you'd like to do the show, I would be honored to have you.
Oh, me too, man. I would love to, man.
Awesome.
You know, is I want to make a couple of announcements too. Like, everybody, if you see this banner here, say Big on Fender. If you go to use that link there. Also, if you like this shirt, believe it or not, I'm 60. And my wife had this commission, my 60th birthday shirt. You can pick up on my website, and among other shirts, I have all kinds of cool merch, like the 7-string guitar heroes, 6-string guitar heroes, and you go check them out. And today's Prime Day, and you could go to my Amazon store. Let me hide this other one. You could go to my Amazon store right now. I'm having Prime Day sales on my store with some cool products, all the stuff that I have, like, strings I use on my guitar. What kind of strings do you use on the guitar? I was trying to figure that out.
I use just a mishmash of various strings. Like I was buying web strings for a while.
Web
Strings. They don't do any advertising. That's kind of their shtick.
Oh, interesting.
And I'll buy like some bulk strings from juststrings.com, but
I know Just Strings. Yep.
it's hard to find an 80 gauge low string.
Oh yeah. So, well, you know what? I use these Labella jazz tapes, and this is a 79. There's 7-string nylon set. It has 14 to 79, so you can get it, but it's like 80 is just a little bit bigger, but I guess that's just a bass string. No, Can you buy a bass string like that easier?
I probably could. And it would probably fit in this guitar, but in my other guitars, like the ball end is a little bit
Wow,
bigger. And how do you?
Oh, cool.
Is your post on the 7th string, like? Did you have to widen that out? Or...
No. Benedetto makes 7-string guitars, so they make any guitar they make at Benedetto. So everybody, this is a Benedetto 16B guitar, hand carved, and Benedetto is like the premier American guitar company for arch stops. And any model guitar you get, from their cheap plywood model to these more high end guitars like I have, can be made into a 7-string, and so they know how to cut they know how to do everything. They don't have to do anything. You don't have to modify anything with this guitar. So I guess you would have to, but since they know what they're doing, you know what I mean? They don't. You don't have to do anything, So I think that I actually got a guitar from Tosin Abasi, an 8-string, and I actually had to have these guys at a shop near me make the hole bigger, because that string is pretty big. The E. Low E on the 8-string, but not on this guitar. But these guitars cost enough money. You shouldn't have to do anything to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The case for a guitar like this is about $2,000. The case alone.
Oh, I get 8 of these guitars for the price of that.
Yeah,
that case.
It's actually it's what's it called? A Carlton case. It's like a handmade. It's a case that's made for the guitar, and it's supposed to be bulletproof. And the only time it's ever been broken is when like a forklift went through it by accident one time. into like a wall or something, you know. So I mean, when I travel, I usually throw it in my reunion blues gig bag like this, you know. But sometimes I get really paranoid. I'll throw it in the case, but the case is really heavy. But if they throw it under the plane, you don't have to worry about it though. That's the problem, you know. They never throw it under the plane. Usually, you can usually get it on. But Lyman, thanks for being on my show. Everybody who's watching and who will watch after, please follow Lyman. You know, he's an upcoming guitarist. You know, and hopefully we'll be doing some gigs together in his area. You know, and we'll set
It
some
would be a
stuff
great
up.
honor.
Me too. You know, I'm glad that you're willing to play with me. Actually.
I'm glad you're willing to play with me. Kidding?
So thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. I have one more announcement to put on before we finish up. And thanks so much. And remember, I'm going to have my podcast is about having people who are not famous yet, or who will be famous, up and coming, you know. And they're my students, you know, and people I might work with sometimes too. So that's what my podcast is about. It's not about having George Benson or Wes Montgomery, but you know it's hard to have Wes Montgomery on the show right now. But you know, you know, so it's great to have Lyman. You know, follow him, and you know, I want to see his career take off. Thank you, Lyman, for being on the show. So I have this this outro for you guys, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Here we go. Thanks for watching my podcast, Keeping Tabs with Ron Jackson. Please join my Patreon at patreon.com/Ron Jackson Music, and you get cool perks like picks, books, vinyls, CDs, and downloadable lessons. And you can even score a lesson if you join the new Patreon referral program, where you can earn a free half-hour lesson for referring somebody who joins my Patreon for a year, and also get a discount of 10%. And most of all, you can be on my show called Keeping Tabs with Ron Jackson, my new podcast. So join my Patreon, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.